Okay, hi everyone again. So we just found dy dx. Now, part B is going to say find the slope when r equals 3/2 and theta equals pi/2. So you want to find the slope when r equals 3/2 and theta equals pi/6. Okay. So here we go. All we have to do, we want to find the slope, so we're looking at the derivative, dy dx. We know what r is and we know what theta is, so we're just going to substitute in pi/6. So let's look at this triangle, our pi/6, pi/3 triangle. This will be pi/6. That says that this angle is 1/2, or that side. This side is square root of 3/2, and this is 1. And then we'll do all the trig functions. So cosine of pi/6 is the square root of 3/2 plus, we got 2 times the sine of pi/6 is 1/2 times the square root of 3/2 over minus 1/2 minus 1/2 squared is 1/4 plus cosine squared, which is 3/4. So then we're going to simplify that. These cancel. We got just a square root of 3 on top over, we have minus 3/4 on the bottom plus 3/4 on the also on the bottom. So we get a 0 in the denominator. That says that it's undefined. The slope is undefined at when r equals 3/2 and theta equals pi/6. So what does that mean in terms of tangent lines? Well, the tangent line is vertical. Okay, and we can see that if you go to what we got for our cardioid, our graph, remember it was out 1, up 2, over 1, and then back at 0, and then we just connect the lines. Okay, so we got pi/6, so that's this arm right here. And we have this point. We just found the tangent line is vertical. You can see that that's true. Okay, so then if you had to guess what this is, since it's all nice and symmetric, what is this value? Well, you have this angle is pi/6. So this whole angle right here is going to be 5 pi/6. There we go. So now let's do part C. I'll do it in a different color. We got C is find when the tangent lines are horizontal. Find, say, horizontal tangent lines. So again, what we're going to do is look at our derivative because that tells us our slope. We want the tangent line to be horizontal, so that means it has slope 0. So we're going to set dy dx to equal 0. When you do that, we're going to multiply by the denominator on both sides. So what we're left with is just cosine theta plus 2 sine theta cosine theta equals 0. We can factor out a cosine. We're left with 1 plus 2 sine. And then we set them both equal to 0. So cosine theta equals 0. And 1 plus 2 sine theta equals 0. So cosine theta is 0 when theta equals pi over 2 or 3 pi over 2. And really we could keep on going around the circle, but let's focus on that for right now. Then we want to get sine theta by itself. So we get sine theta equals negative 1 over 2. So we got our 1/2 angles again, but we need the sign to be negative. So we have all students take calculus. So you know sine is going to be negative in the third and the fourth quadrant. So we got to figure out what theta is. So we want sine, and we need sine of pi over 6. So let me draw this one more time. Sine of pi over 6. So I'm going to guess that it's right here where this angle was pi over 6. Okay. And also we're going to look at this angle too, where this is pi over 6. And just because I'm running out of time, we're going to get that this is 7 pi over 6. And then the other angle is 11 pi over 6. Okay, so that says back at our graph that we have a horizontal line at pi over 2, which we do, and at 3 pi over 2, which is right here, and then our 2 at 7 pi over 6, it's right here, and then at 11 pi over 6 is right here. So we can see all our horizontal lines are represented. Okay, I'll see you guys on Wednesday.